Hi guys, welcome to lesson number 25. You've now made it halfway through this series, so congratulations. In English, normally when we say congratulations to somebody, we give a round of applause. So congratulations everyone. You've learned a lot if you've been following along closely. We've learned everything from lesson 1 all the way up to 24. And in this lesson today, we have lesson number 25. So let's go ahead and begin. All right. Before we start, I just want to say that the next 25 lessons that we're going to be learning, because there's 50 lessons in total, but the next 25 lessons that we're going to be learning are super important. Okay, so you have to pay close attention if your goal is to learn the fundamentals of English grammar. So just make sure that you stick around, everyone, okay? Now, in today's lesson, we are going to look at 3 words that often confuse many English speakers. They are spelled alike, and these words are pronounced the same, but they take on different meanings, okay? They don't mean the same thing, but generally they mean something similar, all right? The words that you see here on the board are who, whose, and whose, okay? Again, I'll say it again. Who, whose, and whose. Okay, these ones right here, these are pronounced exactly the same. Notice here that we have an apostrophe. I'll talk about this a little later. Fortunately, they are very easy to recognize and the grammar is not complicated. So you're going to learn these pretty fast, all right? And the lesson is going to be super easy for you. So let's go ahead and jump right in and we'll look at the first example here. With who? Who are they? Okay, so notice we have the word they. We're talking about 2 or 3 or 4 or maybe even more people, but we say who, like who are they over there? Okay, you want information about people, okay? You want to know their names, you want to know where they work, or you want some information so you can understand who they are a little bit better. Notice that we have who in the beginning of a sentence. When we have who in the beginning of a sentence, just know that afterwards is going to follow a question mark. Okay, we make a question. So, who are they? Who is in the beginning, so we have a question mark. Next we have I know who they are. Notice that who is in the middle. You don't always have to put who in the beginning of a sentence, okay? But you can also put it in the middle. Okay, so in this case we have I know who they are. Okay, you're talking about the same people. Okay, somebody's asking, who are they? And you say, I know who they are. You know their names. You know their information. Notice that who right here is in the middle. So we don't have a question mark like we do here. We just have a period. You're just stating a matter of fact. Okay, I know who they are. Next we have, did they find out who stole their money? Did they find out who stole their money? Notice again, we have who in the middle, okay? If who is in the middle here, then why do we have a question mark right here? Why? The reason why we have a question mark here is because we have a word in the beginning that makes a question, all right? The word in this case is did. Remember, we have a couple words that make questions. One of them is did, another one is do, and another one is does. Okay, so if you have these words at the beginning of a sentence, then it makes a question. Did, with a question mark, did they find out who stole their money? Okay, they want the names, they want the information so they can maybe contact the police. And then we have our next one. It says, who thinks there might be aliens in the galaxy? Okay, again, we have who in the beginning of our sentence. So we have a question here. Who thinks there might be aliens in the galaxy? Notice that we have might here. And remember, when we have might, we're talking about a possibility. Something that might be possible. Not a probability. We're not talking about it being 60% certain or 70% certain. We're talking about might, okay? What probability is there that there are aliens in the galaxy? I don't know, but maybe it's less than 50, maybe it is 50, or maybe it's around there, so we say might because you're not sure, Okay, it's just something that you think and you're like, Who thinks there might be aliens in the galaxy? Again, question mark, who? And finally, I don't know who ate your sandwich. Okay, just simple matter of fact, you don't know the name of the person, you don't know who it is exactly, you don't know who ate that person's sandwich. I don't know who ate your sandwich, okay? All right, guys, let's go ahead and continue. We're now going to look at the word whose, okay? Whose with the apostrophe here. Whose is the contraction of who is or who has, okay? So whose means who is or who has, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the first one. It says, hello, who's this? Okay, so in this case, you're answering the phone. So it's ringing, ring, ring, ring. Hello, who's this? Okay, and then the person on the phone is going to say, it's me. All right, oh, it's Alejandro. Oh, it's Oliver. Oh, it's Sarah. Okay, it's me. So hello, who's this? It's Alejandro. Who's in charge around here? Notice that we have whose. Okay, now who's in charge around here? This whose is a contraction of who is, okay? It's not a contraction of who has. We say, who is in charge around here? Okay, meaning who's in charge? Who is the supervisor? Who is the manager? Who is the boss? Who is the owner of a company, okay, or of a property? Who is in charge around here? Who is responsible around this place? Who's got my phone? Okay, in this case, we have who's got my phone. It's not who is, okay, it's who has. We can also say who has got my phone. Who has got my phone? Who's got my phone? Okay. So let's go to the next one. Who's got $5 I can borrow? Okay. Who's got $5 I can borrow? Borrow means to take money from somebody, but you're going to give the money back. Okay, so who's got $5 I can borrow? Okay, you got $5 you take in now, but let's say later you give the $5 back to the person. Okay, so who's got $5 I can borrow right now? Okay, I will give it back to you later, right? And finally we have, it's him over there who's got $5 for you. Okay, notice that we have who's again, but we're not talking about who is, we're talking about who has, okay? Who has got. So oftentimes, guys, when you have who's, like in this case it's who has, it's always usually followed by who has got, okay? Who's got this? Who's got that? Okay, so who has got, normally, all right? There might be some variations. Now let's go ahead and continue. Actually, we have one more. Look at this one. It's two people talking. Who's the boy next to Sally? It's her brother. Okay, whose, meaning who is, right? Who is the boy next to Sally? It is her brother. Again, we have a contraction here, okay, with an apostrophe. Again, an apostrophe, a contraction of who is. The boy next to Sally, it's her brother. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next whose, right, which is right here, W-H-O-S-E. And we use whose to indicate belonging. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some examples. Whose purse is this? Okay, do you know what a purse is? A purse is the thing that women use and they keep their money in. Okay, so this is a purse, okay, and you could put money in there, you could put an ID card in there, okay, identification, okay, ID means identification. You can also put your keys in there, okay, your keys. So you can put a lot of things in a purse. Okay, whose purse is this? Who does the purse belong to? Is it grandma's? Is it mom's? Is it the teacher? Whose is it? Who is the owner? And then you can say, I'm not sure whose it is. Okay, so notice that we have who's in the middle, right? Therefore, we have a period. When we have who's in the beginning, we also have a question mark, kind of like those two right there. Whose hamburger tastes better than McDonald's? Okay, we have an error here, actually. My mistake. We need a question mark right here, right? Because we have who's in the beginning. So we say, whose hamburger tastes better than McDonald's? Okay, we're talking about food, so maybe Burger King, maybe In-N-Out. I mean, I'm thinking of all the popular restaurants in the United States, but there's others, such as in Canada, they have, let's see, they have Tim Hortons. I'm not sure if they serve hamburgers at Tim Hortons yet, but I'm sure they have really good breakfast food, okay? So whose hamburgers taste better than McDonald's? Oh, you could say Burger King's hamburgers taste better than McDonald's. Okay, you just name whatever restaurant that you like, that think, and you think that their hamburgers taste better, okay? They have no idea whose house this is. Again, who's in the beginning? So we have a period. They have no idea, meaning they don't know at all. Nothing. They have no idea whose house this is. Who does the house belong to, guys? We don't know, because they don't know whose house it is. And finally, whose phone is ringing? Oh, it's mine. Okay, so you're asking a question. Guys, hey, whose phone is ringing? Right? Oh, it's mine. Okay, it's my phone, right? Whose phone is ringing? Oh, it's mine. Notice here that we have whose, and we have a question mark, and then we're continuing the sentence, okay? Or we're continuing the statement made by one person. Whose phone is this? Dot, 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 dot. Oh, it's mine, okay? It's is also a contraction of it is, okay? So guys, I think that's basically it for this lesson. I think it was pretty straightforward and easy for you to remember. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you in the upcoming videos, all right? Bye.